How does exercise fat burn? Well, first of all, there are really only two fuels that your body can burn. Alright, so one of them is fat, and that can be your stored fat, or it can be dietary fat that you're eating, or the other can be sugar. Alright, so those are really your body's only two options. And so if you're not fat burning, then you are sugar burning. Alright, and really it's good for health for you not to be burning sugar all the time anyway, to be burning a combination. So how does exercise, what does exercise use then as a source of fuel? Well, we want it to be fat, but it is actually sugar. Alright, first of all, let me give you the order in which your body will use fuel every single time. Okay, whether you are exercising or not exercising is irrelevant. Your body always uses fuel in this order. The first one is that your body will take fuel from whatever you've eaten. So if you've just eaten, then your body is going to break that down into sugars, and that is going to be its first source of fuel. Alright, now the second is sugar stored. Now you store sugar in your muscles and in your liver, but primarily your body is going to be accessing its secondary source of sugar from your muscle. Now the only way that your body is really going to start accessing stored sugar from the liver is if you are exercising in a way that is causing a lot of stress, like if you are overtraining. So let's say, for purposes of this example, that you're not over-exercising, your body is not under a huge amount of stress, all right, but you are you're just normally exercising, okay? So sugar from what you've eaten, sugar that's stored in the muscle, and then where is it going to go to next? The body's next source of fuel can then either be fat, all right, or protein, all right? And when I say protein, I really mean protein broken down from your muscle, okay? So those are the two options. Either your body's going to use protein and break down your muscle and turn it into sugar, or your body is going to use your stored fat. Those are the three. Those are the order. That is the order that your body is going to access fuel. So sugar from what you've eaten, sugar stored, or fat or protein. Now, the example that I gave about the body accessing sugar from your liver, if under extreme stress situations, like if you really are overtraining, training while you're sore, is when the body is going to start to use sugar from the muscle and break down your, sugar from the liver and break down your actual muscle and turn that into glucose. Okay, so that is that example there. But how to get your body to actually access your stored fat is by doing aerobic exercise. Okay, so when you actually want your body to be using fat in real time, okay, so while you are exercising, then you want to be doing aerobic exercise. Now, aerobic exercise is anything that you can sustain at a pace for 15 minutes or longer. All right, so if you can run for 15 minutes without stopping, then you are doing aerobic exercise, and your body can use fat while you are running. If you are swimming and you can sustain a pace consistently for 15 minutes or longer, your body can use fat as its source of fuel. Now, it's important to note though that your body will still use fuel in the order that I was talking about before. So it'll take it from whatever you've eaten, then it's going to go for sugar stored in the muscle, and only then will it access your fat. So how long does that take? About 20 to 30 minutes. So if you are swimming for 20 to 30 minutes, all right, it's going to burn up all the sugar, and then it is going to fat burn, all right? So you've got to actually be doing it long enough for your body to even start to fat burn. And when you are doing aerobic exercise, look, how you'll know is that you'll find that when you get a good pace and you get your move on, you'll feel quite good. You actually get to a point though where you'll feel like you'll want to stop, and that is about after 20 to 30 minutes. And so after that 20 to 30 minute period, when you want to stop, is when your body starts fat burning. And that's what most people don't realize about aerobic exercise. Okay, is that to actually get your body to the point where fat is even an option to burn, then you stop. Okay, so that's how you actually get fat to burn when you're doing aerobic exercise. So there's quite a lot of time invested in that, right? Quite a lot of time invested in that. So what about anaerobic exercise. Okay, so we've talked about aerobic. Let's talk about anaerobic exercise. Now, anaerobic's anything you cannot sustain for a pace, all right, of 15 minutes. So anything that requires you to stop and start, take a breath. So any kind of interval training, whether you are doing weights, all right, if you are doing a class like a spin class or a step class, anything that requires where your heart rate is going high, and then you are required to sort of slow down or stop and rest and recover. Then your heart rate is coming down, and then you're going to push it back up again, right? So any kind of interval like that is going to be classified as anaerobic exercise. Now, I want you to know that when you are anaerobically training, okay, your body cannot fat burn. All right, it cannot fat burn. Doesn't matter how long you anaerobically exercise for, your body's not going to break down fat. Okay, your body is going to be using sugar from whatever you've eaten first, all right, and then it's going to be using sugar from your muscle, right? So whatever sugars are stored in your muscle, it's going to be accessing from there, and then once the sugars have been emptied from the muscle, then some people have this idea that if they just keep going, if they train anaerobically for longer, then the body will start to break down fat. And that's actually not the case. This was the example that I was giving before, where under extreme circumstances, the body is going to start to let sugar out of the liver and start to break down your actual protein, your actual muscle, and turn that into sugar. And the reason why is because the nervous system that's in play when you are exercising hard like that, when you are pushing the body anaerobically, it's telling the body that there's just a little bit too much stress involved. The fight or flight system is activated, and fat is not a fuel that will burn in that kind of environment. All right, fat's a slow burning fuel, not a fast burning fuel. And when you're anaerobically exercising, you're moving too fast. So where the actual fat burning takes place is post exercise. All right, so post exercise, your body can be opting to fat burn for anywhere for as little as that day. All right, so about 12 hours or up to 72 hours, depending on how hard you really did push yourself and whether you have muscle soreness. Okay, so the effects actually become delayed, right, when you do anaerobic exercise. So which one's going to give you the biggest bang for your buck? Slogging it out for 20 to 30 minutes and then only getting fat burning benefits after that, but while you're exercising. So that's aerobic exercise. So you got to walk, or you've got to swim, or you've got to jog, or whatever it is that you're doing aerobically. You've got to make sure you're doing that for at least 45 minutes for it to be of real value in terms of fat burning. Okay, there are other benefits, but in terms of fat burning, if you really want the biggest bang for your buck, you really got to work up your ability. You got to work up your body's ability to be able to do anaerobic exercise. Okay, where you are doing some kind of interval session. All right, that's really about stimulating those fat burning hormones. It's about pushing the body to the extreme. It doesn't have to be for long at all. It can be for as little as 7 minutes, and you'll still get the benefit. All right, and then post-exercise is where your body's going to choose to fat burn. So that's really what's going to give you the biggest bang for your buck. Note that your body will not be using fat in real time. It is about what is happening post-exercise. But here's one, if you remember nothing else, all right, here's one thing that you must remember. If you are exercising anaerobically and you're working hard, all right, and you've got muscle soreness and feeling the burn, and you are aiming for 48 to 72 hours of fat burning post-exercise, you really got to watch what you eat. You got to watch what you eat, because here's the common mistake. You train real hard, you're feeling really sore, your body's in fat burning mode post-exercise, but then you eat in a way, but then you eat too much sugar, or you eat too much, or you're eating the wrong things. And when you do that, the minute that there is excessive insulin in the blood, those fat burning hormones are done. Okay? Those fat burning hormones that you triggered while exercising, they're done. Okay? So you really are only fat burning for as long as you can keep your ish together in terms of your food. Okay, so that is really a key thing that most people don't know. So that's the message for today. I really hope that you got some value out of that. If you enjoyed that, if you liked that, if that was beneficial, then look, you're going to love what's coming up in our group coaching, which is going to be our group coaching course, which will be happening come September. So look out for the details about that. If you want to ask me any questions, or if there's anything that you need to know, or if you want to check us out, then you can do that on my website. It's generationhealth.co.nz. That's generationhealth.co.nz. Monday to Thursday is when when I will do these periscopes, when I have been doing them 8 o'clock New Zealand time. So join me here tomorrow morning 8 o'clock and have a fantastic day.